Hello everyone, I'm Pushan, Senior Software Engineering Manager in Payments and also an independent AI researcher. Over the past several years, I have worked extensively in the financial services domain, leading the design, modernization of cloud-native systems, real-time transaction platform, and AI-driven risk management solutions. Today, I will share how generative AI is reshaping financial services, transforming raw transactions into personalized financial journeys and intelligent decision making. I'll go to my first slide, which is our agenda. So we are going to introduce what generative AI is and how it matters in fintech, and then we will eventually follow the evolution of financial services and AI, and then generative AI in action like narrative, personalization, risk. Then we will address the challenges and considerations, and then we will move to how do we overcome those kind of challenges, and then what is the future, how do we utilize it to show the generative AI future in the finances, and then statistical case study, and then takeaways and conclusion. So with that, I will start with my first slide. So finance is a data driven industry. So for decades banks have collected structured ledgers and transactions, but until now these transactions were treated as an isolated event. Generative AI changes that. It can combine structured and unstructured data like spending history, text transaction, and even voice data into dynamic contextual insight. For example, instead of just recording that I spent $50 at Starbucks, generative AI can possibly mention that it has spending $50 at Starbucks has given 18% rise to my expenditure, minimizing certain percentage of my savings. So basically, it is a fundamental shift from transaction to financial storytelling. So how the evaluation of AI happened in finance? So it is not new. It has been there with the finance industry from 1990s, but obviously at a different scale, completely at a different scale. So in 1990s to 2000, if you see the fraud alert, credit scoring, that these are already part of the financial industry, and that is also some kind of rule-based system integration, adding a lot of value to it. It's very rigid, but it has a lot of false positive as well. In 2010, machine learning improved personalization and risk scoring. Better, but still predictive. In late 2010, deep learning brought a real-time fraud detection, NLP-powered chatbot. This is for series-style banking. So in 2020, generative AI, it is not just detecting or predicting the fraud, or it is also creating the new output like generating remote, simulating risk, producing personalized recommendation. So in short, it is not only about stating the problem but also proposing a solution of how do we minimize it. So let's see what is generative AI in finance industry. It is not just doesn't classify or predict, it creates the insight and action like I just quickly or briefly mentioned in my previous slide. It can write personalized financial reports directly from raw bank data. It can simulate crisis scenarios, some what if things, right? So what if the employment gets a spike and interest rate double? It can also propose a custom loan and investment product tuned to a customer profile. This means finance shifts from what happened to what should we do next. Like I mentioned in my previous slide, that it not only predicts the risk but also proposes a solution of how do we handle that. Moving on, so transactions to narrative. So what is narrative? So narrative is a simple word explanation of what just happened, especially for the younger generation who never tries to look at the statement, but probably if you just tell them that your expenditure has been increased or this is how you save, most probably that is something would be very easy and quick to grab their attention. So every customer leaves behind a financial data trail. Spending, saving, investing. So generative AI teaches those into stories. So instead of statistic or static dashboard, you are going to get contextual narrative. For example, the first slide or the second slide I just mentioned that spending $50 at Starbucks, 18% higher expenditures affecting my savings this month. Or based on my investment history, I might miss out some of the tax saving options. So this is something is a storytelling function. So it catches more people, it catches attention. And also from the layman user, like the consumer who are actually using the finance but not into the financial industry, it is very easy to grab their attention and help them. So personalization. The traditional banking is one size fits all, so they have the limited 4, 5 categories of the products, and we just have to customize our need to make sure which product fits best. Generative AI enables us to conventional assistant that answers plain language, dynamic loan offer, interested tailored to our real-time profile, adaptive investment advice that adjusts when markets shift. Our major European bank reported that AI-powered personalization increased cross-sell conversion by 35%. So obviously for individual, instead of using those 5, 6 predefined categories, it helps to tailor loan and the percentage and the usage for everything. So for example, that we have a home mortgage loan of 500K generating an EMI of 33K every month, and that is supposed to be paid in 30 years. So what if you pay $1,000 per month extra? What if you pay 100K extra? So what is the duration of the loan that reduces to? What is the EMI that reduces to? Those are the kind of personalization that is very easy to obtain through this generative AI and give an answer to the tailored answer to the specific consumer need. Last but not the least, risk and fraud intelligence. On the different side, fraudsters are using AI, right? So there are so many fraudulent activity that is trying to attack our system, and they are all using AI, opting for the smartest way to hack the system. So if we use the generative AI, we can defend at the same scale that we are being hacked, or at least trying to be hacked. So generative AI has to create synthetic fraud patterns to train models that are more robust, simulate adversarial attacks like fake transactions even before they happen. It builds stress tests for liquidity and credit crisis. This moves banks from being reactive to a proactive guardian, and we can just think of it as a digital vaccine. Instead of the time we are hacked, how to try to get out of it, making sure our system doesn't fail, we are developing tests in or test suite in such a way that we are actually isolating the one in a million kind of possibilities and the edge cases. And we are actually and proactively testing our system against those kind of attacks, making our system more prepared to handle those kind of AI generated attacks, which are more vulnerable than any of the previous attacks that used to happen. Yeah, but nothing is free of cost. Obviously, any big innovation comes with a bigger responsibility, and definitely generative AI is not free of that. It definitely has some challenges and consideration to address. So bias. Obviously, there are people who are financially privileged. There are consumers who are not that financially privileged. So we definitely, while using the AI, we must take into consideration that it should not be the case that we are implementing security in such a way that those who are more financially stable are getting to avail those security versus those who are not that financially stable is getting refrained from availing them. So we just have to maintain a balance and kind of implement in such a way that cost should not be a bias at the consumer level, making those kind of facilities available to all level of consumer. Privacy. Banking data is among the most sensitive data, and it has to go through so many laws. It has GDPR, CCPA. So we just need to make sure that we comply with those kind of laws. Otherwise, misutilizing of those kind of PIs can cost bank a lot of money. Explainability. Regulators won't accept this black box answer like modern LLM. Most of the times we just give command and things get executed. So we do have to deal with all the regulations at the bank admin level, and we need to make sure that we have answers to any kind of justification or any kind of output. Security. Model themselves can be attacked, obviously, because that's a system there, like we used to have in old time RDBMS, we used to have the SQL injection. So like that, we can have a prompt injection. So we need to make our models prepared for all this kind of attacks. So success is not about just the accuracy, but it's also about trust and fairness. So it is not an impossible to overcome those kind of challenges, but while designing our system, we definitely have to make sure that we take all of this into consideration. So privacy preserving generative AI. So obviously with that, this is also again a part of the risk, and especially with the banking data, there are a lot of security issues, there are a lot of privacy related issues. So how do we do that? We have to implement the federated learning. So we can let the bank collaborate without sharing the raw data. So we can definitely think through that direction to protect their privacy at the same time use the generative AI. We can use differential privacy that ensures output can't expose individuals. Explainable AI. So this kind of the in the previous slide, this is one of the challenges that we need explanation for the regulatory and compliance things. They cannot accept the black box answers. So to do that, there is explainable AI, XAI, that helps regulators and users understand the decision that this is what happened, this is what is rejected, why this has happened or rejected, without exposing the direct rules, but also harm some user understandable format of the rules. So when this is combined, we would definitely get systems that are not only powerful but also ethical and regulatory. So how do we use it in future, like autonomous finance? Let's imagine where this technology is heading. We are on the path towards autonomous finance, where many financial decisions are optimized in real time by intelligent systems. So here are now three emerging directions that our finance industry is heading to. So multi-agent AI system. So instead of using a single model making decisions, there are specialized agents work together, forming an agentic AI. This Azure system that has one agent for risk, another for liquidity, another for compliance, and they can negotiate, balance trade-offs, self-optimize. For example, a risk agent might signal an alert, and liquidity agent might automatically relocate funds to maintain stability. So that is fully automated, right? Without any kind of manual intervention. So personal finance copilot. So just as many as many of us uses the GPS today for any kind of navigation system, even for searching a gas station. The same way we can have an AI copilot to for managing our finances. For example, it can remind us for the bill pay, it can remind us of the credit card payment, it can schedule the payment for us in a more advanced way. There is some account that is running out of balance, it can transfer funds between that. So it can actually serve or manage the finance in an autopilot mode. From optimizing our monthly savings to choosing the right tax advantage investment to automatically adjusting the portfolio to as the market shift. And the third and the biggest one is the large scale financial simulation. Regulators and central banks could be AI driven simulations of entire economies to predict systematic risk. Imagine being able to stress test release of a new currency like a digital dollar or a euro of hundreds of scenarios before launch. So this is finance that is adaptive, resilient, and inclusive. But again, success depends on embedding fairness, privacy, and transparency on every stage. Moving on, to bring this down from vision to practice, let me share a concrete case study. A personalized wealth management assistant. We piloted. So we will have an input, process, and output. So from the input perspective, it would be a system ingests customers' real world data, spending patterns, savings behavior, and investment preferences. So what do we process in it? It would use the generative AI. It will create the customized report, projections, and even what if scenarios. For example, if we increase monthly savings by 5%, maybe we will reach our retirement 3 years earlier. So what do we do? What is our goal and what do we do to achieve personalized proposals for a solution? An output. It's generated tax optimization strategies, for example, that there was a tax investment scheme, like we should have invested in 401k more. We haven't. So that kind of ended up with this much of tax credit, which we could have easily avoided by using this. And we can probably plan that next year. So what do we import based on our real-time data? The process is the what if analysis, and output is what do we actually do to avoid what we didn't this time. So the results were remarkable. The customer engagement increased by 40%. The financial literacy score improved significantly because the customer finally understood the money in plain language, which I said that from non-financial consumer payments, it was never more than just the numbers and some balance. But they never used to understand finance by looking at it statement over last 30 days or 50 days. It is probably just random numbers for them. But with this generative AI and simplified language and the storytelling, like financial storytelling, that helps the layman consumer to understand the financial language and plan accordingly. So this demonstrates that the generative AI isn't just buzzword, it can drive business KPIs, customer satisfaction, and regulatory alignment. Moving on, key takeaways. So as we conclude, there are four messages that I would like to carry forward. Generative AI is moving finance from data to experience. We are no longer limited to raw transactions. We are building personalized financial journeys. It enables both customer value and institutional resilience. On the front end, the hyper-personalization improves engagement. On the back end, the synthetic sort scenarios and stress tests strengthen defenses. Responsible AI is non-negotiable. Privacy, fairness, and they are not just nice to have. They are regulatory, ethical, and strategic requirement. The future is autonomous finance. Multi-agent system, personal finance copilot, global financial simulations will transform not just the bank, but also society, also how society interact with the money. If I had to summarize, the winners of next decade in finance will be who can balance innovation with responsibility. So with this note, I just would like to conclude my presentation. So generative AI is not just transforming finances, it is humanizing it, turning core transaction into meaningful. Thank you.